students, here again I am with you to share a little bit knowledge of group theory. In previous lecture, we had discussed how we define power of an element of a group and how we define order of an element of a group. We had also proved a results of group theory in which we have proved that in a finite group, every element's order exists. Now we proceed further with next result. What's the next theorem? Let G be a finite group and let A belongs to G be an element of order n. We are given a group G and there is an element A whose order is n. Then what we have to prove is if A raised to the power m is equal to identity, then n divides m, and if n divides m, then A raised to the power m is equal to identity. We have to prove the both ways because here is if and only if. Now let's start with proof. Given order of A is equal to n, this is given to us that A belongs to G be an element of order n. That means order of A is n. Order of A is n, that means the n is the smallest such positive integer such that A raised to the power n is equal to identity. This says the definition of the order of an element. Now we have to prove the both ways. Firstly, let's assume n divides m. So what we have to prove? We have to prove that A raised to the power m is equal to identity. We have to prove this. Now let's start. Let n divides m. If n divides m, clearly m is multiple of n. So m is equal to nq for some positive integer q. Now A raised to the power m is equal to, substitute the value of m, that is nq. Now separate the powers. A raised to the power n raised to the power q. Now what is A raised to the power n? A raised to the power n is identity. Identity raised to the power anything is identity. So where we have arrived, we have started calculating A raised to the power m and answer is identity. This is what we have to prove. So one way this result is proved. Now conversely, let A raised to the power m is equal to identity. Now we have order of A is n and A the power m is equal to identity. What we have to prove? That order n divides this m. What this result says actually? This results actually say that if A raised to the power m is equal to identity and n is the order, that is n is the smallest such positive integer which satisfies this condition, then this smallest positive integer, that is n, that is the order of A, this number n must divide every other such m which satisfies this property. Right? Now conversely, we have suppose that A raised to the power m is equal to identity. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove n divides m. If n divides m, we have to prove that m is multiple of n. Right? Now what will we do? We shall divide it by n and let's suppose remainder is r. So we shall prove that this remainder r is actually 0. Therefore, by division algorithm, m is equal to nq plus r, where q is the quotient, r is the remainder. Q and r are integers. And we all know that remainder will be equal to or greater than 0 and it will be less than n. Why? Because remainder is always less than divisor. Therefore, E is equal to A raised to the power m. We are given this. E is equal to A raised to the power m. Substitute the value of m, that is nq plus r. Separate out the powers. Now what is A raised to the power nq? A raised to the power n is A raised to the power n raised to the power q. You can write it like this also. And what is A raised to the power n? A raised to the power n is identity. Why? Because n is the order. So therefore we have E raised to the power q into A raised to the power r. Now E raised to the power q is identity. Identity raised to the power anything is identity. So we get identity into A raised to the power r. And identity multiplied with any element of the group, we have the answer same element. So we have identity into A raised to the power r is equal to A raised to the power r. So what we get? We get E is equal to A raised to the power r. E is equal to a raised to the power r. Then what is r? R was the remainder, and we know that remainder lies between 0 and n, like this. Now this implies r is 0. How r is 0? Here we have to note one thing, that n was the order of a. That means n was the smallest such positive integer such that a raised to the power n is equal to identity. And here we are saying that a raised to the power r is equal to identity, where r is less than n. That means there is some number r which is less than n such that a raised to the power r is equal to identity. That means n cannot be ordered. But this is contradiction, because we are given that order of a is equal to n. That means this cannot be true. This will only hold if r is equal to 0. Why? Because if a is to the power 0, that can be identity. Otherwise, it cannot happen. Why? Because r is less than n, and n is the order. No other number less than n can satisfy this property. Therefore, r is equal to 0. If r is equal to 0 here, what we have? M is equal to n cube. If m is equal to n cube, then n divides m. This is what we have to prove. So hence the result. Next theorem is, let G be a group and let A belongs to G such that order of A is equal to m. This is given to us. Order of A is equal to m means m is the least positive integer such that a raised to the power m is equal to identity. Then what we have to prove? We have to prove that order of a raised to the power k is equal to m upon GCD of m and k. What this results tell us? If we know the order of a, here is order of a is equal to m. If we know the order of a, we can calculate order of a raised to the power k. How we can calculate? We can calculate it by dividing m by GCD of m and k. Now we shall prove this result. Let order of a raised to the power k is equal to t. We have renamed this as t. And let GCD of m and k is equal to d. That means what we have to prove now? We have to prove that t is equal to m upon d. We shall prove this. Firstly, since d is equal to GCD of m and k, this implies d divides m and d divides k. Why? Because d is GCD, greatest common divisor. So greatest common divisor will surely divide both the numbers. So d divides m and d divides k. If d divides m, that means m is a multiple of d. And similarly, if d divides k, then k is a multiple of d. So here we can write m is equal to m1d and k is equal to k1d, where GCD of m1 and k1 is equal to 1. This implies, from here separate out m1, we have m1 is equal to m upon d. So if m upon d is equal to m1, what we need to show? We need to show now t is equal to m1. Now to show that t is equal to m1, we shall show t divides m1 and m1 divides t. As we know that if two numbers divide each other, then they must be equal. So to prove that t is equal to m1, we shall prove that t divides m1 and m1 divides t. Now, a raised to the power kt is equal to a raised to the power k raised to the power t. Now, what is the order of a raised to the power k? Order of a raised to the power k is t. That means order of this element is this. If we raise to the power order of that element, what we get? Identity. So here we get identity. That means a raised to the power kt is equal to identity. But we know that order of a is equal to m. This is given to us. If order of a is equal to m, this implies m divides kt. We have already proved that if except order any other number satisfies this property, then order must divide this m. So here also order of a is equal to m and another number kt is satisfying the same property, that is a raised to the power kt is equal to identity. So order must divide this kt. The order m must divide this kt. So this implies m divides kt. Now substitute the values of m and k. Now m is M1D, K is K1D. Substitute here. M is M1D, K is K1D. Now cancelling D, we have M1 divides K1D. And since GCD of M1 and K1 is equal to 1, that means there is no common factor in M1 and K1. There is no common factor in M1 and K1, because if they had a common factor, then GCD cannot be 1, right? So M1, GCD of M1 and K1 is 1. That means where is the common factor? Common factor is somewhere here. This implies M1 divides T. Let's mark it first. Again, A raised to the power K raised to the power M1 is equal to, you can write A the power K M1. Again substitute the value of K. What is K? K is K1D. Substitute here. We get A raised to the power K1D. Here is M1. Now, what is dm1? From here, what is dm1? dm1 is equal to m. So, substitute here m. Now, interchanging the powers, you get a the power m raised to the power k1. Now, what is a the m? A the m is identity. Why? Because order of a is equal to m. So, a the m will be equal to identity. So, substitute identity here, you get e raised to the power k1. Now, identity raised to the power some positive integer, you will get identity. So, we have started from here and arrived at here. That means we have a raised to the power k raised to the power m1 is equal to identity. But order of this element is t. Here we have supposed it t. Order of this element is t. So, any other number which satisfies this property, order must divide that number. What is that number here? It is m1 here. That means this order t must divide this m1. Therefore, t will divide this m1. Let's mark it second. From first and second, we have m1 divides t. T divides m1. That means t is equal to m1. Now substituting the values. What was t? T was order of a raised to the power k. And what was m1? m1 was m upon d. And what was d? d was GCD of m and k. So we have proved that order of a raised to the power k is equal to m upon GCD of m and k. Hence the result. Now this important result can be used to arrive at some more important results also. Now here is note 1. If order of a is equal to m as here, then order of a raised to power k is equal to m if and only if GCD of m and k is 1. Now see here what this theorem says. This theorem says that if we know the order of a, we can calculate the order of a raised to power k. How we can calculate it? We can calculate it by dividing order of a by GCD of order of a and this power k. Now if GCD of m and k is equal to 1, that is GCD of order of a and this power of a is equal to 1, then what we have? We have order of a raised to power k is equal to m upon 1. That is order of a raised to power k is equal to m. We have order of a raised to power k is equal to m. That means if we know the order of a, we can directly say that order of a the power k is equal to m if and only if GCD of k and m is equal to 1. Then directly we can say order of a raised to power k is also equal to the order of a. Now next result is if order of a is equal to p. Instead of m we have written p, where p is prime. P is some prime number. Then order of a raised to power k. What will be order of a raised to power k? Order of a raised to power k will be equal to, what is m? M is p here upon GCD of p and k. Now, since p is a prime number and GCD of prime number with 1, 2, 3 small up to p minus 1, we have GCD is 1 when when this is 1, GCD will be 1. When this is 2, GCD will be 1. And so on up to p minus 1, GCD will remain 1. So if order of A is equal to p, where p is prime, then order of A raised to the power k is equal to p for all k is equal to 1 to so on up to p minus 1. Why? Because this number will become 1. This number will become 1 when p is some prime and k is one of the 1, 2, 3 so on up to p minus 1. Thank you.